All right, everybody, welcome back to the Pratt Pack Gym. The significance of Everlast as we approach tomorrow. More on that in a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready for what will be a very special evening on Rob Pratt Monday night after the Allegheny Health Network program, Medical Frontiers, Obstetrics, Midwifery, OBGYN, topic of conversation with our great guest and your host, Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer. We begin at 7 o'clock. You can phone in at 866-391-1020. Dollar Bank Instant Access at kdk.com. And you can always reach the amazing doctors at the Allegheny Health Network in conjunction with Highmark by calling 412-DOCTORS. Now, to Rob Pratt Monday night as we celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King. After local news from Joe DiStio from the award-winning KDKA Radio Newsroom, and also throughout the night, CBS Radio News remembering Dr. King as well. They, of course, have their top and bottom of the hour newscast. We'll have the AccuWeather forecast for you, and yes, Steelers news. I know a lot of you are still celebrating that big victory yesterday, 18-16 over Kansas City, as now the Steelers are on their way to Gillette Stadium for the AFC Championship game coming up Sunday at 6:40, CBS, KDK, TV2 locally against the New England Patriots. Bob Dvorak will join me in the 8 o'clock hour. He, of course, Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show. We will be talking about the Steelers, but he'll be here tonight for two reasons. One, to look at the life of Dr. Martin Luther King, and also late in Dr. Martin Luther King's life, his fight was towards poverty, and, well, he was against the Vietnam War. And he had a speech in 1967 entitled Beyond Vietnam. And we'll talk to Mr. Dvorak about this because those who have served in the military, near and dear to his heart. His brother was in Vietnam. His father served. He was also a reporter, Desert Storm, in which he has written down his memories of serving with the 82nd Airborne in his book, Drive On. He'll be at Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall in the Hall of Valor with a book signing on April the 8th. But he'll be here tonight to look back at the amazing life of Dr. King and also why Everlast, because tomorrow, my childhood hero, Muhammad Ali, if he were alive, would be celebrating his birthday. He died this past June at the age of 74. And he left a lasting imprint, not just on my life, but millions worldwide. He too, like Dr. King, fought for civil rights. Dr. King lost his life to an assassin's bullet in April 1968. Muhammad Ali ended up losing the heavyweight title and for 3 years was literally banned from the sport, was out talking to college students and anybody that would listen about civil rights and also changing America's views on just about everything. So two of the most significant men in our history are celebrating birthdays. Dr. King was born on January 15, 1929. We celebrated today on the 16th, and Muhammad Ali was born on January 17th in Louisville, Kentucky in 1942. So tonight, we will have Bob Dvorak in the 8 o'clock hour looking at all of these amazing things. And I hope that you'll join me and phone in with your thoughts about Dr. King as well on this very special day. 866-391-1020. And you can always reach me. Great way to do so at kdk.com. Go to the Dollar Bank Instant Access icon and send me a question. Now, the rest of the night, it is going to be an amazing evening because we are getting ready for the 45th president's inauguration coming up in just days, Donald Trump. So joining me in the 10 o'clock hour tonight, I'm very proud to announce that Dr. Terry Madonna from Franklin and Marshall's Polling Center will be back. We're going to be talking about a number of things that are going on right now with the Trump transition. His problem with the intelligence agencies in this country. How much will that be an issue in his first 100 days? His relationship with the press and also his alleged cozy relationship with the Russians and Vladimir Putin. And John Lewis, one of the familiar faces and voices in the civil rights era with Dr. Martin Luther King, one of the few surviving members of those amazing days with Dr. King. The Democrats spoke out about his presidency, meaning Donald Trump, talking about its legitimacy. Donald Trump firing back with a tweet. We'll talk about how they mend that fence, especially on this very significant day, Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. That all coming up tonight with Dr. Terry Madonna, who will join me in the 10 o'clock hour on Rob Pratt Monday night. Now, back to Dr. King. I just want to refresh your memory a little bit because it has been a while since he was tragically gunned down at the age of 39. And I'm sure a lot of you younger people watching this have learned in history class, and Hopefully many of you are now. I know my children at Quigley Catholic have learned a lot about Dr. King, but I want to take some time to just kind of remind all of you how wonderful and amazing this man was. Many of you have heard the story of the Montgomery bus boycott, also Selma to Montgomery March. He won the Nobel Peace Prize as well. Lived a life in 39 years that only a chosen few get the opportunity. But knowing that his life would probably tragically be taken, Dr. King continued to push on. And many people that have been a big part of my life, like Jesse Jackson and talking about John Lewis and others, who I historically have thought of, really are a big part of Dr. King. And we're so honored tonight to have on the program former president of the NAACP chapter in Pittsburgh, Tim Stevens, Black Empowerment Group. He is also the man behind the Black and White reunion that's coming up this weekend. He is on the air with me in the 9 o'clock hour right after CBS Radio News on the Disc Institute of Pittsburgh. Please do not miss him. We'll be talking all about Dr. Martin Luther King. And I think of the former mayor of Atlanta, Andrew Young. He too is a significant part of my childhood. These are all pages out of the history book that we are going to reenact and relive tonight for a number of reasons, but more importantly, for Dr. King. And you know, if you want to help remembering that legacy, you can always go to your United States Postal Service and pick up one of those forever stamps. A great way to pay tribute to this man whose legacy, I believe, must live on forever, eternity, generation after generation after generation, because his type, well, folks, may never come again. So we're going to be discussing that tonight as well. So ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a very interesting evening, to say the least. And I hope that you enjoy this day off wherever you may be, relaxing and spending time with family and friends. But I remind all of you never to ever forget what this day is all about and the sacrifice that Dr. King made to help get the word out on what it was all about, meaning equality and everyone being created equal. It was his mission, it was his message, and I know for sure wherever I have the pulpit or stage to continue to spread that word, I will. And tonight, I hope to do my best with some amazing guests on Rob Pratte Monday night. We start at 7 with the Allegheny Health Network program, Medical Frontiers, on News Radio 1020, KDKA. Have a great day, everybody.